We're ready to go at Robertson Fieldhouse. Strap it in, folks. Rich, this is going to be a good one.
Should be up-tempo, and Bradley wants to control the tempo and not run like ISU would probably like to do.
Jen Brown will bring it up for Bradley, guarded by Tiffany Hudson. There's Jenny Mueller. Rich told you about her earlier, leading scorer the last 3 games. With the now is Devin Flanagan, who's getting a start, freshman out of Riverton. Jen Brown, again guarded by Hudson, 11 on the shot clock. Jen Brown tries for the 3, but the board comes down to Illinois State, and that's Holly Hallstrom, a junior. There's the break for Illinois State. Jenny might have gotten away with one.
Yeah, she pushed her a little bit in the back, but no harm, no foul, I guess.
Devin Flanagan calls the play. Freshman out of Riverton, 5'9" freshman, led Riverton to a 62-6 record in high school. Dina Williams misses her first shot of the night.
That inside game is where Bradley thinks they have an advantage tonight.
And the first turnover of the game is Illinois State has it go off Jackie McCormick's hand.
McCormick, one of those steady players over the years for them, probably after Katie Donovan, their most consistent all-around player.
Dina Williams, you saw her earlier, leading scorer, 15 points a game. She's got 34 blocked shots. And the first foul of the game is going to go to Illinois State. It'll be on Holly Hallstrom. That's her first and the first team foul on the Birds.
Good job by Jen Brown. You see her right here just come straight down the side of the lane in a total mismatch, a guard against the post player, and she went up quickly and drew the contact.
Jen Brown, 55% free throw shooter. Bradley, a 75% free throw shooting team. Bradley had a stretch in its last 2 games where it made 21 straight free throws. And Jen Brown puts Bradley up 2-0, just barely a minute in. Bradley's going to come up with some pressure of its own. Hudson passes across to Katie Donovan, the reigning leading scorer, but she traveled that time.
Well, Coach Pinchton doesn't like the call because the outside official made it, but I think it was the right call.
Coaches go up and down the floor here at Bradley more than the players do. Here's Jen Brown. Boy, what she has done in only a year and a half here in the Hilltop. Flanagan. And the rebound comes down to Illinois State, Jackie McCormick, and she's fouled by Flanagan. That's Devon's first, Bradley's first.
Yeah, Devin just getting her second start, and in talking to the coaches this week, they're really happy with her progress, and not something that the coaches necessarily planned. She's just kind of earned it by stepping up her play.
Career high 10 points in her first career start against Southern Illinois. Bradley riding a 2-game win streak coming in. Illinois State has lost 5 of its last 7, but got a win over Wichita and another turnover on the Birds.
We talked to ISU's SID, Tom LaMonica, before the game, and he said that's one of the things that's been killing the Birds, those unforced turnovers.
Illinois State averaging 2 turnovers a minute. They've got 4 turnovers already.
It's not a good average.
It's not. Bradley only 2 points off those turnovers so far, and those the free throws by Jen Brown. Way on the outside, Dina. Now to Brown. You know Bradley likes to try and work it in sooner or later. Jenny Mueller in traffic. That's Flanagan, top of the key, on the line, short. And Jenny Mueller tried to save it from going out of bounds and stepped on the baseline, and Illinois State gets it back.
One of the things Bradley worked on in practice this week was the zone. They figured that ISU was going to make him shoot it from the outside.
Bradley has seen that earlier this year against SMS. What was it, 10 out of 19 threes
Yeah,
SMS made?
the Jenny Linger show.
Yeah. There's a steal for Jenny Mueller. 5th turnover of the game, and we're only 2.5 minutes in for Illinois State. Tenacious defense has been Bradley's forte earlier in this season too, all this season, to get to that 10-4 record. Dina Williams still on the outside. Jen Brown's 3. She's got all the points. It's Jen Brown 5, ISU nothing, and ISU is going to take a 30-second timeout. Robin Pinchton wants to regroup a little bit, Rich.
Well, Absolutely right, and you can see in the huddle there as Paula Buscher's trying to fire her crew up. One of the things Bradley was worried about was their inability recently to shoot from the outside, expecting the zone from ISU, and if Jen Brown and a few others can get a shot at it and capitalize on these turnovers as we get a look here. ISU bringing the ball down, and right there, Jenny Mueller just took it right out of her hands. And that's not an unforced error, but that's 20, 30 feet out on the court where you hate to give the ball up.
And Bradley with the great defense and forcing the turnovers, 5 turnovers against Illinois State, and the Redbirds have yet to take a shot in this game.
And Bradley, I guess if you're ISU, you kind of like the fact that Bradley hasn't capitalized really yet on scoring off of those turnovers.
A team that's averaging 70 points a game, 44% from the field, hasn't taken a shot yet, and a foul's going to be called here underneath the basket.
Good job by ISU. They set a spot on the baseline, and Dina Williams tried to fight through and just plowed over the ISU offensive player.
Ashley Shalene comes in, replacing Dina Williams. Ashley suffered stress fractures in both feet last year, had a concussion in the opening game in the Europe trip during the late summer, early fall, but has come back. She's averaged 5 minutes a game. And her type of play is what Bradley needs to spell Dina Williams as they're doing right now.
Yeah, if she can return to near the form she had her freshman year, they'd be in good stead.
Illinois State is yet to take a shot, but Katie Donovan will take one there. But Bradley only holds ISU to 1 shot with a rebound, but a steal by McCormick, but she stepped on the line.
One of the other things Bradley worked on was against this pressure. I mean, Illinois State's going to be up in your face, and Devin Flanagan, as a freshman, she especially would be pressured tonight.
Katie Donovan, their leading scorer for ISU, 15 points a game, 5th in the Valley in scoring. Ashley Shalene with it for Bradley. That's Flanagan. Trying to get inside, trying to go with a steal now for Tiffany Hudson. And ISU gets a basket on the transition by Amber Shelton, a freshman out of Worden, Illinois. And ISU has its first points 3.5 minutes in. You're going to hold them to 2 points every 3.5 minutes. You can take that, huh?
I think Coach Buscher will definitely take that.
Jen Brown looks inside. Amy Fuller. Usually her range, she didn't get it there. Here comes ISU again on a transition. Donovan against Brown. Jackie McCormick with a long 3. 42% three-point shooter, Jackie McCormick. 34 for 81 coming in. She showed it there.
ISU 4th in the nation coming into this game in 3 points made per game.
And right just like that, it's 5-5. Devin Flanagan will try from long range. Okay, and the lead, Bradley's ball. We've got an official timeout with 13:39 left. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP Channel 47.
Three-pointer for ISU right before the break that tied it up. Jackie McCormick, top of the key, coming into this season 25th in the Valley with 150 career three-pointers.
Well, you got to think ISU dodged a bullet here in the first 5 minutes or so of this game. We mentioned that it took a while for Illinois State to get their first shot. Now they're 2 for 3, but Bradley shooting 1 for 7, and ISU with 6 to 1 on the rebounding edge, and all 6 are defensive rebounds on those misses.
Yeah, it's one and out for Bradley, and if you're only shooting that percentage, that spells a long night.
Bradley had a chance to catch ISU while they were down early in this game. Tiffany Hudson, freshman out of Naperville. Looked like she may have tried to force it inside, but Bradley couldn't save it. She had, we mentioned she had 6 points, 5 assists in her first start against Western Illinois. Jackie McCormick. Now Amber Shelton, who's been playing well for ISU of late. And you got a hint of it right there. Amber Shelton, 2-time state champion at Carrollton High School. Bradley has not been able to work inside tonight on this ISU defense. A little bit inside there, but no good. But Ashley Shalene was there for the offensive board and couldn't get that one to drop.
Too hard that time, just a little impatient.
Shelton, Tiffany Hudson. And a rebound for Jenny Mueller. Alex Liberatore is going to check in for Bradley. And Megan McCracken, a sophomore from Port Byron, is going to check in for Illinois State here in a bit. Jen Brown surveys the situation. Nobody inside, so Jen's going to take it. Oh, good feed to Ashley Celine for her first basket.
A great look that time by Jen. She came around and got covered up by a post player, just found a seam to pass it.
That looks like Ashley's game from last year before she had the stress fractures. Tiffany Hudson, freshman. She handles herself well out there too, kind of like a Jen Brown. Katie Donovan tried to go inside to Amber Shelton, but Bradley's going to get it back. Here comes Alex Liberatore, number 11. There you see her, along with number 12, Molly Hartke, who comes in for Bradley. And we mentioned Megan McCracken, a sophomore out of Port Byron. She's averaging 11 points a game. A transfer from Iowa State is in for Illinois State. She's number 15. She had to sit out last year.
Alex Liberatore, a good rebounder, so we'll see if maybe that changes the inside game a bit.
There's Jenny. She gets hot, she gets fired up. She lost control of it there, though, and McCracken comes up with a steal. McCormick, she's been a Bradley killer in the last couple of years. Feed inside, good feed inside to Holly Hallstrom, a junior from Moline, and also Kirkwood Community College. Jen Brown, another miss. There's another one and done for Bradley.
And too quick, that's not what Paula Busher wants.
There's a long three for that was McCracken. After Bradley led early, 5-0, it's Illinois State with a 12-7 lead.
12-2 run, and they've done it both inside and outside.
And keeping Bradley's only shooting 2 for 11 so far tonight. Alex can hit it from there, not that time. Tiffany Hudson, she's been all over the place. Amber Shelton with a long try. And the rebound is out of bounds. It'll be Illinois State's ball. Ashley Stanstead, a freshman from Buffalo Grove, comes in. She's got more steals than turnovers, averaging 6 points a game and at least 1 steal in 11 of her last 13 games.
Erin Keeney also checks into the lineup, and Keeney is, again, one of those career players that has filled a role, and she is a senior out of Alva, Oklahoma.
LaShawn Johnson comes in too. 11 rebounds in a game against Kansas State. She's a freshman. That was the most by an ISU freshman in 3 years. So Robin Pinchton now goes to give some players some rest with a 5-point lead. Stanstead, Jackie McCormick, there's LaShawn Johnson. Moves back and forth, found her way open and got the basket in. It is 14-2 run.
Nice job with their left hand, and there McCormick almost with another steal. Bradley's just half a step slow on both offense and defense so far here tonight, Ed.
ISU has held its opponents to a 39.7 field goal percentage in its last 9 games, and Bradley shooting only 16.7 for the game so far. And another one and done. Does not look good for Bradley so far in this game. 2 for 12. ISU 10-3 on rebounds. Sean Johnson. Shot is rolling away. That one taken by Erin Keeney. Here comes Bradley, trying to start a little run of its own. Trying to go inside. Amy Peters is in the lineup now. That one doesn't go. ISU trying for the rebound, and Bradley knocked it away, and it's going to be ISU's ball with a 14-7 lead on another official timeout. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP Channel 47.
Sean Johnson on the inside, a big gal, 6'2", actually ran cross country in high school and showed the good footwork there, going with the left hand.
2 for 14 for Bradley in the early stages of this game. After the second official timeout, only 1 for 4 from 3-point range. ISU has really heated up after they went about 3.5 minutes without a shot in this game. Illinois State now 6 out of 10 from the field and 12-4 the rebounding advantage, 11 defensive boards.
And rebounding can really set the tone offensively and defensively, and so far that's in ISU's favor.
Tiffany Hudson, she's guarded by Molly Hartke now. Hudson came in during the timeout. McCracken back to Hudson. Illinois State trying to go inside on it too. She's guarded by Hartke again. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They try a long one, and Dina Williams is going to come down with a board.
Yeah, he's going double bigs here with Shalene and Williams both on the low block now.
Dina Williams, 672 career boards coming in. 5th in Bradley history. Is 28 away from being the 5th in Bradley history with 700 boards. And a layup on the other end for Illinois State. Ashley Stanstead with the basket.
16-2 run by ISU since being down 5-zip.
It's been a long time since Bradley's had some points and a traveling violation for Illinois State. Erica Nelson, Jen Brown comes back in. Erica Nelson's number 21, sophomore out of Orland Park. Had a season-high 20 points in a game against Wichita State. There's Devin Flanagan as you see as she comes out. Jenny Mueller breaks toward, couldn't get a basket. And the first one in a long while for Jenny Mueller, who shoots 33% from three-point range and made that one.
Must have been too close on that missed layup.
Must have been. I was about to say Bradley couldn't buy a basket if they won the lottery. And a travel at the other end. Another turnover. They had a lot of them early, but they've had 2 quick ones since the last time out, Rich.
And another one of the unforced kind. She was open under the basket, looked like she was about ready to shoot a layup, gets called for the travel.
Bradley trails by 6, had a 5-point lead early. Jen Brown looks like she was going to take it all the way. Jenny Mueller's tripped up at the free throw line, and they'll call the foul. Only the second foul on Illinois State. That's on Megan McCracken, her first. Each team with 2 team fouls. That's Katie Donovan who comes back in. And McCracken sits out.
ISU likes to go deep.
Mueller trying for another 3, same spot she made the last one. She couldn't get that to go. And another rebound for Illinois State. Their 14th of the game. And Ashley Stanstead with a 3-point basket.
Well, that's the problem Bradley's going to have, because as we talked about with ISU staff before the game, they have 3 or 4 people on the floor at all time that can hit a 3.
Erica Nelson, she put an arm in. She going to get called for it? Nope, it's going to be on Illinois State.
Oh, you're right, that's a bit of a break. That's a bit of a break, because she definitely had that lead arm out.
Amy Fuller comes in. Jackie McCormick's going to come back in for Illinois State. Let's see, Holly Hallstrom, number 25, came back in too for the Birds. Erica Nelson. Nelson guarded by Amber Shelton. Now takes the shot. A 3 for Erica Nelson goes in. She was only 1 for 3 from three-point range for the season and made that one.
And ironically, the one thing the Braves struggled the most with coming into this game, they're doing the best.
Bradley still trails by 6, though. Tiffany Hudson. Guarded by Erica Nelson, and Erica's going to get called on a foul. Her first and the 3rd team foul on Bradley. Erica Nelson, her dad played baseball at Illinois State.
And again, the Braves still just a half step slow.
Oh, and that one's going to go to Bradley.
It's got to be hard for an official. You have 3 or 4 players are all reaching in at the same time. The ball's bouncing. You're trying to identify who it touched last.
Arms, legs, fingers, and toes, all looking for the basketball. Jen Brown, guarded by Hudson. Mueller with another shot, and another 1 and out. 16 rebounds for Illinois State to Bradley 6. And Bradley comes up with a steal, the 9th turnover for Illinois State. Can't capitalize, though, because got on the offensive rebound doesn't go either. Now a jump ball and the possession goes to the Redbirds. Unbelievable. As Bradley tries to get things going, Illinois State just keeps them away. And Bradley still with poor shooting, only 18%. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP, Channel 47. For 23, Bradley in this game, 17%. And Rich, you and I were talking during the break, that's even a better percentage than they had in the last time.
Yeah, last time it was only 14. If the good news is you went up to 17, you're not having a good game.
Wow. Here come the Birds. McCormick, Amber Shelton, Katie Donovan. Long one doesn't go, and it's an offensive board for Illinois State for Holly Hallstrom that goes in.
It's got to be frustrating for Bradley. They're just out of sync.
Wow, that was in and out for Ashley Shaleen and Katie Donovan. Leading scorer in the team, but she hasn't scored so far tonight. Hudson. Donovan. Guarded by Libby Magnuson, and she gets a basket and draws the foul. Libby Magnuson on the foul, her first, the 14th foul on Bradley.
I wonder if you'd have told Robin Pinchton that Donovan would not have scored at this point in the game, she'd be up by 10. She'd probably thought we were crazy.
There's a good shot at Katie, a 3-point play for her. Double-digit lead for Illinois State now at 11. Bradley's like a car with a bad battery in this cold weather. It's having trouble starting.
There's no tow truck in sight either.
No, there's not yet anyway. Erica Nelson's going to draw a foul and get a basket. Erica Nelson with her 5th point.
Here's a look at Erica. Sometimes in a game like this, you just got to take it hard to the hole. That's what she did. Drew the foul on Hudson and got the basket, a chance for a 3-point play, trying to get the Braves jump started.
And a free throw for Erica Nelson. Pulls Bradley within 8. 9 turnovers for Illinois State. They've taken better care of the ball since the first maybe 3 or 4 minutes of this game. They had 4 turnovers the first 2 minutes. Tiffany Hudson loses it. She's tied up by Bradley's Libby Magnuson, and Bradley gets the ball.
That's a good matchup for the Braves. Libby not as quick, obviously, as Hudson, but much stronger and kind of just out-muscled her there.
Megan McCracken's going to come back in. Reset the shot clock. Some players you'd really like to see get started, at least on the Bradley end, like Amy Fuller and even Libby, who's out there now. Magnuson missed a shot. Wow, what a rebound by Holly Hallstrom, a junior out of Moline. And Libby Magnuson gets her 2nd quick foul, Rich. Jenny Mueller's going to replace Magnuson.
You don't have to look too far to see how the Braves are struggling. Jenny Mueller with just 1 basket. Dina Williams, the leading scorer, with none.
How about Hallstrom, leading rebounder at 7 a game, and she's got 6 already. She is strong to the boards tonight. Pass, though, gets away from Amber Shelton, and Bradley's going to get it back. ISU is giving Bradley every chance in the world to get right back into this game.
Well, that's their 10th turnover. Bradley only has 2, but Bradley just can't capitalize, as we've talked about. 5 out of 26 shooting. Up to 19%.
It was 13. It was 12. Amy Fuller. Now Erica Nelson. Man-to-man for Illinois State. Amy Fuller, wow, in and out. Somebody put a lid on that basket. Here comes Katie Donovan, 3-on-2. Good ball movement for the Redbirds. McCormick with it. Well, Hallstrom put it on the floor, and that allowed Bradley to get the steal. Erica Nelson, wide open, I'll take it.
She's got 8.
And a 30-second timeout by Illinois State as Robin Pinchton feels the momentum start to swing a little bit, even though Bradley's pulled within 6. Bradley's had a couple of key turnovers, a couple of quick baskets on the other end, and getting baskets.
And Erica Nelson, as we talked about on that last replay, just going to take the ball to the hole and take a shot at it. If it works, it works.
Take a look at the Missouri Valley Conference standings, brought to you by Edward Jones, with more than 130 years of experience helping individuals build financial security. There you see Bradley and Illinois State pretty much at the middle of the pack. Creighton at 5-0, Southern Illinois at 0-6, holding up the Missouri Valley race. Bradley will be home on Sunday afternoon against Indiana State, 1-4, and Paula Buscher says they're probably the best 1-4 team that she has seen in a long time. Quality investing is what Edward Jones is all about. Megan McCracken is back in. Amber Shelton, who's been a ton on the boards, a freshman. She's leading the team in steals, too, at 22. McCormick, boy, it looked like she forced it, but she got it in there anyway, and it came up to a basket for Amber Shelton.
Well, ISU's getting a lot of the bounces right now, and certainly on the rebounding as they hold a 21-8 advantage there.
Jenny Mueller's back in. She came in for Libby Magnuson after she got 2 quick fouls. And Amy Peters loses the ball out of bounds.
One of the things that the Bradley coaches worked on this week is when you're setting yourself on the low block, you have to meet the pass. It is the responsibility of the passer to get it there, but you have to meet it. But that time, it's just a little flat-footed for Peters.
Nice crowd at the field house tonight. I think the top 4 crowds in Bradley women's history are all Bradley Illinois State games here.
And ISU normally brings a good crowd too.
Top of the circle. Now goes down to Amber Shelton again. Back to McCracken. Trying to go inside. Bradley trying to get the steal. 3 seconds on the shot clock and another turnover.
That's number 13. The Braves have to be fairly confident because they've run the clock. They've forced ISU to run the clock down to single digits, but ISU's gotten some good bounces, and I think hustle-wise has gotten the hustle play so far over the Braves.
Tiffany Hudson comes in, replacing Katie Donovan. You see her there out of Kingston, Ontario. Was with the Canadian national team during the summer. Peters bobbled the pass there. And a turnover for Bradley. That's only their 4th. But at an inopportune time. Their turnovers have come at inopportune times.
Yeah, where you have a player flashing or a wide open look.
Illinois State has scored 4 points off 4 Bradley turnovers. Shot clock down to 7. Here comes Tiffany Hudson. She's stopped by Erica Nelson. She's going to have to force a shot. And Erica Nelson comes in and follows the shot against the defensive board. Good play by Bradley. As he said, Rich forced him into single digits under shot clock again.
And held them to 1-0.
Jen Brown, Amy Fuller passes a shot, but she's going to drive it in. Oh, good pass over to Amy Peters. As they collapsed in, Illinois State did on Amy Fuller, and she was able to find Amy Peters for the basket.
That's one of Amy Fuller's strengths. She's a great passer for a big kid.
Bradley's within 6. Been that way for a while. These teams have traded baskets here for a while. Amber Shelton. Tiffany Hudson's going to try a long range and got it. Only a 2. 8-point lead for the Birds. LaShawn Johnson's going to check back in for ISU. You may have seen her coming off the bench there on the screen. Amy Peters with her second straight basket. Sophomore out of Gurney Warren had some clutch free throws in Bradley's win at Illinois.
Good job that time, a little up and under on the low block.
Hudson leaves for Sandstead rather. Hudson tried to force it inside, and it's stolen away by Amy Peters. Bradley has it back. Mueller to Amy Fuller for a basket. Bradley's on a roll, down by 4. To go in the first half. Amber Shelton, who's had a strong night tonight for Illinois State. She's going to take it all by herself and didn't get it. May have been partially blocked. And Amy Peters comes down with a rebound. The sophomore from Gurney Warren. Erica Nelson on the other end. And Bradley has battled back within a 2-point basket. Tiffany Hudson looks at Robin Pinchton, her coach, for some instruction. You see her against Jen Brown. Pass to Amber Shelton. She's got 6. Shelton's got 3 rebounds tonight and 6 points. And Bradley's going to call a quick timeout. This will be a 30 with 1:19, as you see there, left to go in the first half of this game. We mentioned Illinois State leads the series 33-21. Bradley's won 3 out of 4, 5 of the last 7 in this series. 4 straight at home. Let's listen to Coach Paula Buscher.
They're attacking and looking for each other, but they're still on the attack. You want to push it up, we're going to go out right now.
Intensity, intensity, intensity. That's what this Bradley team is all about. Bradley was up by 5 early. ISU has come up with some 5 or 7-point leads. That was a block. It was a block for Amy Fuller as Amy Peters came down with it. And then to Erica Nelson. And that shot put Bradley down by 2. Bradley has the ball after a turnover on the ISU end of the floor. Alex Liberatore is back in. Erica Nelson's had a couple of clutch baskets. Jen Brown will try a 3. And Amy Peters is there for the offensive board. Or rather, Ashley Shaleen. Ashley Shaleen with the offensive board to tie up the game as Bradley has battled back in this game. That's what Bradley and ISU rivalry is all about, isn't it? Amber Shelton's going to drive. May have taken an extra step. Long shot for Megan McCracken. It gets a 3. McCracken 2 for 2 from 3-point range. She's got 6 points. Jenny Mueller and Jen Brown. Guarded by Hudson. 17 on the shot clock. There's about 5 seconds difference. Liberatore. Back to Jenny Mueller. 8 on the shot clock. Bounce to pass in to Liberatore, who lost it. Jump ball situation. It goes to Illinois State. And we have an official timeout. I thought we had one left with 12 seconds to go. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP, Channel 47. Made 5 of its last 6 shots. They've zoomed all the way up to 32% shooting from the floor at 11 for 34. Illinois State 59% at 13 for 22. And Illinois State still with a rebounding edge of 21-11, 19 defensive boards for the Redbirds. They're going for the last shot. Remember, they had a 3 a while ago. They can go for the last few points of the half. Missed there. 2 seconds left. Jenny Mueller at the buzzer. It would have counted, but didn't go. And the Illinois State has to settle for a 31-28 lead. But Paula Buscher and the Bradley Braves have to feel pretty comfortable. They have to feel that they're still pretty much back into this game as Rich Drager has Paula Buscher on the sidelines. Rich?
A bit of a run. Nice job, I thought, by Erica Nelson to keep you guys in it.
Yeah, Erica Nelson did a good job. And then the 2 post players at that time, it was Fuller and Peters, finally understood attacking and working as a pair out there. You got to work as pairs and partners in the post.
We were real quick to shots. We were real quick to panic in the first half. We need to settle in. I don't think we're playing real good basketball right now. We got 20 minutes to prove ourselves.
And you got to think you're going to shoot better in the second half.
Yeah, but our shot selection wasn't real good. We were real quick. We wanted to get a whole bunch of baskets with one shot, and we got to show a little more poise. But I really think our post can dominate a little bit here if we have a little more patience with things.
ISU leads at the half. We'll be back with more from Robertson Fieldhouse right after this.
You got to give ISU some credit, too, on their defense in keeping the ball away from Dina Williams when she's in there. Robin Pinchton and the ISU Redbirds, they know how big a threat Dina Williams can be, being the leading scorer, and that's what Bradley wants to do, is get down inside to Williams, and they've done a good job keeping her away from him.
And Dina has 2 fouls, so how quickly she picks up that third could be an indicator on how this second half is going to go for Bradley.
You just got to look at Robin Pinchton a little while ago. Familiar face on the ISU bench, by the way, is Willie Cox, who was an assistant coach for the men's team here at Bradley when Dick Versace was coaching, and a former head basketball coach at Peoria High, and now an assistant coach for Robin Pinchton at Illinois State. And Bradley has the ball to start the second half. Erica Nelson's earned herself a starting role here in the second half.
Absolutely.
There's Dina inside, guarded by Holly Halster. Jenny Mueller with an offensive point. Wow, what a shot by Jenny.
Nice up and under, and that's something that we didn't see the Braves do a lot in the first half, and that's get rebounds on either end, especially on the offensive end.
That's only the, 5th offensive rebound for Bradley in this game. ISU out-rebounded Bradley 21-12 in the first half. And there's an offensive board for Illinois State. That's only their 3rd offensive board. And they got right through the back door with Katie Donovan.
Great back cut that time by Donovan, and Bradley didn't identify her sneaking in behind the defense.
Hang on, folks. I think this is going to stay this way the rest of the night.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have the snoozer we did at the start.
Jen Brown has an open lane.
7 points now for Jen, and Bradley again with their pressure, although they're dropping off man-to-man here.
Jen Brown's not all assist. When she's got an open shot like that, she's gonna jam it on you. Amber Shelton has had a strong first half. Katie Donovan, 5 points on the night for her. Make it 7.
Well,
move by Katie Donovan.
You're not going to keep her down the whole game. She's just too creative, and she's really a scorer just as much as she is a shooter.
Erica Nelson, where would Bradley be without her clutch baskets in the first half? Amy Fuller, ooh, that's usually she'll get that, but Dina Williams had an offense and another offensive rebound. This one, Jenny Mueller.
It's way more than they did in the first half.
Holly Halster, and that might be a bad selection on ISU's part right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure you want your post player to shoot a 16, 17-footer that quickly.
See if Bradley can capitalize. Bradley gets a basket here. They'll have their first lead since they had that 5-0 lead early. Erica Nelson.
Who else?
Bradley has battled back to take the lead, and Robin Pinchton wants to talk about it. The first timeout called by a coach in the second half is a full timeout, so that's what we'll have right here as Bradley has battled back to take a 1-point lead over Illinois State. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP Channel 47. Ridge Bradley's taken 8 shots already in the second half.
5 quick offensive boards here, and the result, not surprisingly, several baskets and a lead.
Megan McCracken, the sophomore out of Port Byron, is back in. That's Jackie McCormick to Amber Shelton. Oh, and Amy Fuller got a piece of that one and put it right into the hands of Dina Williams. LaShawn Johnson fell down. Dina Williams had a chance, and a timeout called by Bradley. What a play by Dina Williams. I'm not sure whether she called it or the Bradley bench called it. Whoever did, it was just in time, and Bradley gets a 30-second timeout.
And a good break because they would have lost the ball on a jump ball because the possession arrow favors ISU. Try to listen to Coach Bisher.
What'd you get out of that, Coach?
She talked to Amy Fuller, told her that's the way you D it up front, and then look for your shot was what she was telling a couple of the other girls. And here's the play by Dina Williams. And I don't know who called the timeout because she was looking to pass the ball, as you can see there on the replay. So it may well have been the bench that called the timeout.
May well have been, and maybe a good thing Dina Williams is holding her head. I'm not sure whether she may have gotten a knee or an ankle bone there in the head while she was going after the ball.
And again, Paula Busher telling some of the women on her team, look for your shot, look for your shot.
Well, Erica Nelson has. Ooh, there's one for Jenny Mueller, but it didn't go this time. LaShawn Johnson's going to be fouled going after the board. It might be Dina Williams' third foul, and it is.
Well, she got away with one earlier, I thought, down on the defensive end, and there just a little frustration trying to go for it, a little bit out of position.
Ashley Shalene, there she is, comes back in. Ashley, sophomore out of Des Moines, Iowa, made the Missouri Valley all-freshman team. Redshirt sophomore, as we mentioned, she had the stress fractures on both feet last year, so she had to sit out. Got the medical hardship, so she's a redshirt sophomore.
And of course, her sister plays for Illinois as a freshman. She's on the roster.
Oh, and another turnover for Illinois State, number 16 for the night. Were they both on the floor at the same time for that game?
I don't know, because she's a deep reserve, so I'm not sure how much she actually plays for the U of I. But again, there for Illinois State, kind of another unforced error.
Bradley having trouble taking advantage. Bradley's had a 1-point lead here for the last couple of minutes. Erica Nelson again. That one didn't go. LaShawn Johnson comes down with the rebound that time. The freshman out of Chicago, Harlan. Jackie McCormick. Ooh, nice pass to Johnson. A little off balance on the shot. But Katie Donovan keeps it for Illinois State. Donovan. And a good steal. Good defense by Jenny Mueller, and just plain picked Katie Donovan's pocket. It's one way to guard the reigning Missouri Valley scoring champ.
Absolutely. Double team, hands all over the place.
Amy Fuller pops one in. If you're an ICC basketball fan, you saw her do that a lot over at Illinois Central. And 3-point lead for Bradley. McCormick's going to try and tie it up, and does. Don't leave her out of this mix. She's averaging 11 points.
Well, remember, this ISU team was picked third in the conference.
Bradley picked seventh. A blocking foul as Amy Fuller went driving toward the basket. The basket will not count. The foul is on Amber Shelton. That's her first, and the first team foul on Illinois State. Amy Peters and Dina Williams are going to come back in for Bradley. We've got an official timeout. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP, Channel 47.
It's now time for the in-play free throw contest.
Bradley with no turnovers. I was looking at assists there. Bradley with no turnovers in the first half. ISU with only one. Each team has made just one of their last 4 shots.
And Bradley's done a nice job of closing the gap on the rebounding, now just trailing ISU by 5. And that really is newsworthy because ISU's been getting out rebounded by 5 a game.
And a 5-second violation.
Nothing will make a coach's hair grow gray faster than a turnover right out of a timeout.
Yep. And that was the first turnover for Bradley in the second half. Looks like both teams are going to have to work a little bit for their point averages tonight. Bradley averaging 75 a game coming in and traveling on Illinois State. Another turnover, their 17th for the game.
And that on Donovan, something you don't see a lot. We talked about how sure-handed she is. 15 points, almost 6 rebounds, and 4 assists a game. There's no doubt that, you know, she's one of the leaders for them.
Erica Nelson. There's Dina. Gets her own rebound. And a fresh shot clock for Bradley. On the outside, that's Amy Peters. Not sure if Bradley wanted that shot, but a foul. On the Birds, it's going to be on Jackie McCormick. That's her first.
And again, who's in there in the mix for Bradley but Erica Nelson? See if they can get it inbounds this time.
Yeah, no kidding. Jen Brown looking, trying to lob it to Amy Peters. She had to just tap it away, and it goes right into the hands of Holly Hallstrom. Is that the name of one of Barker's beauties, Holly Hallstrom?
Hallstrom was. I'm not sure if it was Holly. He did have a Holly, too.
Yeah. Katie Donovan. We try and mention it all, folks. McCormick, oh, good feed underneath the Hallstrom. Price was right on that one.
Certainly was. Great look, again, by McCormick, drawing the defenders towards her and then just getting the pass through the seam.
And Illinois State regains the lead.
Again, the Braves looking for somebody that can open the lid offensively here.
I thought Erica was going to take that one. Jen Brown lobs the pass to Dina. She's going to take it right to the bucket. Didn't get it, though. ISU saves, but doesn't save. It's going to be Bradley's ball. Devin Flanagan comes back in. She's going to give Jen Brown a rest. There you see Jen out of Rolling Meadows, a sophomore. 10th in the nation in assists per game. She's got 5 assists tonight.
And now 3 turnovers after the last 2 inbounds attempts.
Amy Fuller with another one of her patented shots. Ties the game back up. Jenny Mueller's on Katie Donovan. Look like a little forced shot, but they got the basket anyway.
Well, they gave it to McCracken. And the thing that I think the defender forgot is that McCracken's left-handed, so that's her natural side to go to.
Yep. Amy Fuller to Erica Nelson. Back to Amy. Oh, nice feed back. But it's going to be tied up. And it'll be Illinois State's ball.
And I think that may be one of those situations where Coach Buscher's telling her girls to look for a shot. You know, that time maybe Jenny Mueller should have stopped and popped that instead of trying to make it one more pass.
Kraken tapped away by Amy Fuller, but ISU will keep it. 15 on their shot clock. Kraken, Jackie McCormick, thought she was going to take the 3. Katie Donovan loses the handle. Now McCormick will take a 3 over Nelson. McCormick and Amber Shelton with a big collision on the baseline, and it's going to be Bradley's ball, I believe.
Well, again, in a situation where ISU right now, anyway, is kind of out hustling the Braves. Amy Fuller maybe picking up where Erica Nelson left off. She's kind of the main hustle play person right now for Bradley.
Those two almost out hustled each other there. Fortunately, it wasn't more serious than it was. Shot taken by Jen Brown, a little out of control maybe, but the foul is going to be called here on Amy Peters.
Yeah, again,
first.
I think again you're right too, Ed. Jen just a little bit too quick that time and got the shot off the side of the backboard. Not a very good look.
Katie Donovan. Back to McCracken. And Jen Brown steals the rebound. Sophie Turdio is at the bench from Belgium. Getting ready to check in. Ooh, and a traveling call on Bradley. That'll be only their 9th turnover of the night. We've got an official timeout, and ISU leading by 2. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP, Channel 47. 17 of 51 in this game so far. Illinois State 18 for 35. And look at the rebounding, Rich. Bradley's pulled within one now, 26-25.
Yep, and now if they can just convert a few more of those chances, they're already shooting better in this half than they did the entire first half. Just kind of got to get a little run going, because I think you're right. Neither one of these two teams looks like they have the capability right now of getting away from the other.
Illinois State with a 2-point lead. The lead has changed hand 3 times. The score has been tied 5 times. Just another night at the office for Bradley and Illinois State.
Well, this truly is one of those rivalry games where you can throw the records out.
Katie Donovan, their leading scorer. She's got 7 on the night. Erica Nelson's in double figures for Bradley with 12 points. Ooh, there's a play inside for Holly Hallstrom. She's got 8 points and going after the 3-point play.
Well, a bit of a mismatch inside there. Hallstrom at 6'2", being guarded by the 5'10" Lugie. Here's a nice look at it. Jamie Lugie trying to muscle her as best she can, but Hallstrom just too big inside.
Jamie Lugie out of Belleville, a senior.
Battled some back problems this year.
Free throw doesn't go, but there's Katie Donovan with an offensive board for Illinois State. Sophie Turdio, number 3, in there for the first time. Donovan with a 3. You're not going to keep the reigning Missouri Valley Conference scoring champion down too long in this game.
And she's very smart. She's not forced it at all. She lets the game come to her.
Amy Fuller with another shot. Good shooting night for Amy Fuller tonight, although she is now 4 for 8. She's got 8 points.
That's what she needs to do. If they're going to give her an intermediate jumper at about 10, 15 feet, she's got to take it.
That might open up the play inside a little bit. And a charging foul, an offensive foul on Illinois State. It's going to be on Holly Hallstrom, her second. And the 3rd team foul on Illinois State.
Well, their whole game from the outside is predicated by getting those screens set up top, and she didn't hold it and kind of pushed her way through. And that's what the official called on the charging foul.
Jen Brown, Jamie Lugie underneath Williams. Nice move because can't quite get it. And Holly Hallstrom strong with the rebound now for Illinois State. Lugie guarding Donovan. And a foul on Lugie.
Well, that's a much better matchup for Jamie, but that time Donovan just got a step on her. Jamie sensed a screen coming, tried to get around it, and then bumped Donovan.
Sure that was a bump? Erica Nelson comes back in. Editorial comment on my end. Oh, and almost a steal for Dina Williams. But hustling to pick up the ball was McCracken for Illinois State.
That's what Bradley needs. They need to make a defensive play that sparks something.
Hallstrom back to Turdio. McCormick, 15 on the shot clock. And a foul on Dina Williams underneath. That is going to be her 4th with 10:05 to go in the second half. And the bench gets up and applauds that. They know how important it is for Illinois State to get Dina Williams out of this game.
And clearly you can see on the replay, Dina trying to come over and help, got there way too late, got her with the knee and the arm.
There's Dina talking her over with Paula Busher. Actually, Paula's doing most of the talking. Katie Donovan missed on that shot. Ashley Celine with the rebound. Ashley came in for Dina Williams.
And again, really the one luxury for the Braves is so far, ISU's not been able to pull away.
Here comes Amy Fuller. Muscles her way in. Leaves it inside for Ashley Celine.
That's what Coach Busher liked in the first half. The two bigs seeing each other, and one takes it to the hole, draws the defense, find the open person.
And Amy Fuller's shots earlier set that up because everybody from Illinois State seemed to collapse down thinking that Amy Fuller was going to shoot that.
Now a good block the first time, and then just great hustle again by Hallstrom, gets the second effort and draws another foul.
Amy Fuller on the foul, her first and the 15th foul on Bradley.
Here's another look on that down low. Hallstrom, first time Celine gets the block, at least contested. Hallstrom's right there to get her own rebound, and then Fuller, as you can see, comes from over the back. Got the ball up top and got her with the body.
Free throw is missed by Hallstrom. She's a 60% free throw shooter coming in.
Illinois State only shoots 60% as a team, so this is a chance for the Braves. Not that they want to foul, but if they hold the form, ISU that is, Bradley will have a chance, assuming they don't let Katie Donovan get rebounds from the second position.
Right. Free throw doesn't go. We haven't seen Tiffany Hudson for a while. I think she's getting some rest there. Fuller. Looking for Shalene. Goes to Jen Brown instead. And Brown puts the three in to tie the game. Wow-wee.
It looked like it was almost slipping out of her hand, and it was lower than she normally likes to shoot it, but the end result is all that counts.
Jackie McCormick for Illinois State. Another tie game. The 6th time this game has been tied.
Tough break for the Braves, down to 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Fouls on Erica Nelson, her second. The 6th team foul on Bradley. LaShawn Johnson from Chicago Harlan comes back in, replacing Holly Hallstrom. She's played a great game tonight.
Absolutely has. Done a nice job in the low block. One of the things that we thought would be a Bradley strength on the way in has turned out to be an ISU strength, as Dina Williams has been in foul trouble all night.
Bradley with 2 players in double figures now after Jen Brown's 3. She's got 10. Erica Nelson with 12. Leading scorer on the night for Illinois State is Katie Donovan with 10. Hallstrom, who just sat out, has 8. And McCracken for Illinois State has 8. Sandsted's going to come back in. Watch out for McCormick, though. She's got 7 points. It's just like she's kind of snuck in the corner there waiting for her chance.
Yeah, and in this type of game, that's all it's going to take is a 2 or 3 minute span where you click on all cylinders. Could be the difference here.
Well, you got some players gaining traveling violation on Bradley now. Gives it back to Illinois State. You've got 3 players getting some valuable rest right here, Rich, and Tiffany Hudson and Holly Hallstrom and Jackie McCormick. You got to figure in about 3 minutes, that's going to be huge.
Well, and they played 11 of the 14 people on their bench tonight.
Short shot and stepping on the baseline, going for the rebound was Amber Shelton. So ISU has not capitalized on that later Bradley turnover.
They actually called a foul on
Shelton. Wow. 14 foul. ISU is in the bonus now. Bradley with only 14 fouls.
Bradley probably like to get there because they're a 75% free throw shooting team.
Amy Fuller. Watch her work for the basket. Didn't quite get it that time. LaShawn Johnson thought she was going to take one more step with it. Here comes Katie Donovan. Can't get it that time. Johnson with an offensive board. Jump ball. Bradley will get it. And we've got an official timeout.
Great job by Jen Brown.
Bradley can either tie this game up for the 7th time or have the 4th lead change in the game when we come back. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP, Channel 47. State has played tonight, but Bradley's got the edge on bench points so far.
Yeah, they've been productive, and we talked about right before the break, Hallstrom came out. She's having a great night, 8 points, 10 rebounds, and you got to like to see that if you're ISU coach Robin Pitchton. And the Braves just have to get somebody to pick it up a notch here offensively.
Holly Hallstrom's got what I call some grunt stats, too, with a block and a steal. She has just played a great game tonight. On the bench, getting some rest, though, now, as Bradley tries to tie game, but can't get it on Amy Fuller's shot. Amy now 4 for 10 for the night. Good ball movement by the Redbirds. Shot by Sandstead didn't go, and now here come the Braves again.
Nice job again by Jen Brown, getting in the paint, getting a loose ball rebound.
Erica Nelson thought that was for her.
This is what the Braves worked on in practice this week, spacing and inside-out passing.
Oh, nice play by Ashlyn Shalene on LaShawn Johnson. We are now tied for the 7th time tonight.
Well, as I've said throughout the night, I don't think either team's going to run away from the other, so it's just who can make a sustained spurt for about 4 or 5 minutes here.
Sandstead, she's from Buffalo Grove, a freshman. McCracken. Johnson way on the outside. 5 on the shot clock, down to single digits again. A forced 3 by Amber Shelton, but a rebound for Johnson doesn't go. The ball knocked away. Ashley Saline trying to save it, and a foul is going to be called on Illinois State. And the foul is on Katie Donovan.
That's a break for the Braves, too, because there's a great one-armed rebound by Johnson the first time, and then she kind of gave up. She got upset when the foul wasn't called and kind of gave up and came out of the lane. That's what enabled Ashley Saline to get in the mix.
Here we go, Rich. Jackie McCormick and Holly Hallstrom come back into the game for Illinois State.
And Donovan gets arrested. You know she'll be back in before too long.
These are the players that we're getting some. We mentioned a couple of minutes ago that Illinois State was getting some big-time rest. Amy Fuller, Erica Nelson, been held off the scoreboard for a while. Saline, Mueller leaves it for Saline to score.
It's a nice shot for her. People forget, even though she's a center, she can shoot. She has 3-point range.
Ashley Saline in double figures with 10. She's 5 out of 7. Bradley takes the lead, so now we've had our 4th lead change. And a foul away from the play, and it's going to be on McCormick. No, wait a minute. Sandstead. They called it on Sandstead, number 12. That's the 6th foul on Illinois State. Both teams are now in the bonus. Dina Williams comes back in for Bradley.
And very quickly, Donovan comes back in for ISU. I was just going to say, now that ISU's behind, and especially on this possession where they can go down by 2 possessions, we'll see how they react. They haven't been in this position since 5-0.
Donovan's got 10 points tonight. Hallstrom's got 8 with 10 rebounds. She's back in. Jackie McCormick was just, you know, just kind of there with 8 points, but she can light it up. She's been a Bradley killer the last couple of times. Remember, here on Channel 47 last year, Illinois State won by 1 point in overtime at Redbird Arena. Jerry Mueller with 3. And Dina Williams came down with a rebound. Amy Fuller works it inside to Erica Nelson. After that 1-point game, they came over here to Robertson, and Bradley won by 16. Remember that game last year? Amy Fuller had an offensive rebound at the buzzer of the overtime. The ball was still in her hand when the buzzer went off.
2 big rebounds by Dina Williams since she's been back in. She realized she may not score a lot tonight. She's going to try to do the other things.
Bradley will get a basket here. It'll be their largest lead of the night. They had a lead of 5-0 early. Bradley taking its time, 10 seconds. Here comes Jen Brown. Jen Brown has 12. Bradley has its largest lead of the night at 6 points.
And that's huge. Bradley's played under control the last 2 minutes. We talked at about the 6-minute mark. Who could make the run? So far, it's Bradley.
With Donovan, McCormick, and Hallstrom back in the game. There's McCormick. A rare miss for her against Bradley. And Bradley comes back. They need to settle it down a little bit. Nope, traveling on Erica Nelson. 1 extra step before she took that shot.
Yeah, you could tell she wanted to push it about half court. And that's not what they needed there, but again, a chance to play defense, get another stop here.
Paul is doing the same thing you were doing over here, sitting here, is with the palms down. Slow down, settle down. Bradley with a 6-point lead, but Illinois State with the ball. McCormick's missed 2 in a row.
And they're forcing. She didn't look comfortable on either of those last 2 shots she's taken.
Paula Busher, you can see her over there. It looks like she's going to fly. Settle it down. Bradley's got the lead. Take the time off the shot clock. Good bounce pass to Amy Fuller. She didn't get that one. Katie Donovan cross courts it. Hallstrom over to McCormick. Underneath the Donovan, wide open.
All night that's been open actually for both teams. Identify a three-point shooter and they find somebody down low. And talk about a great game. Amy Fuller has had 4 assists now, and you got to love that out of a big player.
Robin Kingston off the bench. Long shot for Erica Nelson. You got to think that Bradley didn't want to take a three-point shot there unless it went in. Katie Donovan.
If it goes in, all's forgiven, right?
That's true. Oh, no, good shot. Here comes Holstrom. Good feed. Good defense by Amy Fuller, and Bradley gets it back. And a timeout called by Bradley. With 2:32, it's going to be a 30-second timeout. We'll leave it right here with Bradley leading by 4.
Well, again, you talked about the grunt stats, and Amy Fuller has at least 4 assists, and I'm pretty sure you give her a block on that, 3 blocks. She's done a great job, and not to mention she's also up there in the scoring column now, and really done a nice job.
You can't have that drive. You got to come up to help. You need a little bit of rotation. But the biggest thing right now is going to be about boards. Get the offensive boards and then go something else.
Poise.
Sneak inside the Bradley huddle there. One of the things we picked up, she said it's about poise now. You got 2 minutes, 32 seconds. It's about playing smart, about being poised.
Amy Fuller, 2 block shots, 4 assists to go with her 8 points, 5 rebounds, 4 on the defensive side.
Not too bad.
Bradley, 3 players in double figures. Possession arrow is pointing toward Illinois State. Both teams are in the bonus. Scoreboard has each team with 2 timeouts left. Erica Nelson. Jenny Mueller with a 3 off the back iron. Almost stuck it in.
Just trying to beat the 35-second clock.
Hang on, folks. Katie Donovan trying to draw the foul was Erica Nelson. Jackie McCormick with a 3.
That time much more under control. Spotted up, squared her shoulders.
11 points for McCormick. Bradley's lead only 1. Amy Fuller's getting ready to check back in. They want to go to Dina if they can, but Ashley will take it. And Illinois State with a chance to regain the lead. Look out. Wide open is McCracken. And a foul on Illinois State with 1:16 to go. 1 in bonus on the other end. The foul is on Amber Shelton. That's her 3rd. And
here's another look at that, the 3-point shot. And watch how close this is to being all the way down. Pops out. Nice job by Shalene, and over the back, no question about it.
Official timeout with 1:16 left. You're watching Bradley University women's basketball on WTVP channel 47. 55-54. Bradley leading Illinois State. 1:16 to go at Robertson Fieldhouse. Nice crowd on hand. I haven't seen. Oh, here it is. 2,057.
Braves still trailing in the free throw, or I should say in the rebounding, 37-36. And Ashley Shalene will be at the free throw line. She's only 2 for 5 on the season, but she is about a 68%er for her career.
Ashley Shalene. Is that a big one or what? Illinois State, when it scores 59 points or less, is 0-2.
Well, the Braves have their work cut out for them then.
Bradley is 1-4, scoring less than 70. Bradley came in averaging 75 points a game. Illinois State averaging 70. In the final minute, Bradley holding on. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes McCormick, and she went right into the foul to Erica Nelson. Erica looked like she held her ground, but McCormick went right into her arms, it looked like.
I looked over at Coach Paula Busher, and she just gave her kind of a look like, hey, you were straight up. They make a call, they make a call. And you can't give McCormick that shot, so you can't fault Erica for doing that.
McCormick, 2 for 2 at the free throw line tonight. Missed that one. She's 71% free throw shooter coming in. We mentioned Illinois State is a 60% free throw shooting team. They're now 3 for 7 at the line. Got that one. 1 point difference.
And there's a 24-second difference on the shot clock and game clock. Basket here is huge.
Yeah.
Understatement of the year.
Exactly. If you can get a 3 out of it, it'll be a 2-possession game. But just take whatever you can get. Bradley running down the clock. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Amy Fuller way on the outside. They wanted a traveling call. ISU did. Erica Nelson, 3 on the shot clock. Ashley Serene beats the shot clock but can't get it. No shot clock with 23 seconds. ISU could go for the win with the last shot. They're going to call a timeout. Robin Pinson's going to set up maybe for the last shot and go for the win in the field house with Bradley up by only 1.
Well, you got to imagine here's a situation where if you're ISU and you're down by 1, you want to try to create something with maybe about 4 or 5 seconds so you can get a rebound chance. Well, it's about the type of game we figured it'd be down to the wire.
Yeah. You kind of had that feeling late in the first half once Bradley got back into it that it was going to be this way the rest of the night.
Possession error, by the way, should there be a jump ball, does favor ISU, so that is probably something the coaches are telling them. If you get in a situation you think you can tie it up, go for it, because it'll be our ball.
ISU's got 1 timeout left. Bradley has 2. Let's see, Illinois State's going to send McCormick, McCracken, Donovan, Shelton, and Hallstrom. Bradley with Erica Nelson, Jen Brown, Jenny Mueller, Ashley Shaleen, and Amy Fuller. Hallstrom, she's played a ton tonight. Bounce pass stolen away by Bradley. Jen Brown has it, and a foul called on McCormick of Illinois State. 9 seconds left. Big free throws coming up for Jen Brown, who is a 55% free throw shooter coming in, and she's 2 for 2 at the line tonight.
Well, tremendous job defensively because they set that high post again, ISU did. Tried to go backdoor as they've done with great success tonight, and Bradley a great job of denying that pass, and Jen Brown gobbled up the loose ball.
Did you see that pressure on Hallstrom Bradley put on? Brown sinks a big one. Jen Brown makes this the worst Illinois State can do when they have the ball is tie the game, and Illinois State calls another timeout, their last one.
And the thing Bradley has to be worried about, and I'm sure Paula Buscher's talking about in that huddle, is she'll say, make that free throw, Jen. Then here's what we're going to do on defense. Here's a look at the play, and there's the hands of who else? Erica Nelson creating the turnover. Jen Brown gobbles it up in a quick foul. And you can see ISU was trying to get in there and get their hands on the ball, but couldn't get it done. And really, with ISU's three-point shooting prowess, it's not over, but a three-point deficit, like you said, no worse than a tie.
Illinois State is 7 for 17 from three-point range tonight. That is a 41% clip. They came in a 35% three-point shooting team. But as we mentioned, if Jen Brown can make this free throw, the worst the Birds could do is tie.
And the ISU's been averaging 7.9 made threes a game, so they're just about at that average. Obviously, they make one more, they'd have it. But the first things first for Bradley, and that's making this free throw for Jen Brown.
How about the game that young lady played? Erica Nelson, you just saw her. Jen Brown with her bonus toss. And missed it. Now ISU with a three-pointer could win the game. 5 seconds. You've got the time. Here's McCormick. Look out. She's been waiting for her spot. And missed it at the buzzer.
Wow.
Man, you think this game didn't mean anything? 57-55. Bradley hangs on to beat Illinois State will be back. Rich Drager, a talk with Bradley coach Paula Busher when we return.